I'm Patrick Watson, I'm an astrologer, and you're watching Big Fat Astro Vlog, and today I'm going to be delivering a monthly horoscope for the month of September 2018 for all Scorpio risings out there. Not Scorpio suns, Scorpio risings, and I'm going to do it in 5 minutes. So, first thing we should notice is that on September 3rd, this is when Venus reaches 25 degrees of Libra. This is important because Venus will eventually station direct at 25 degrees of Libra at the end of its retrograde period in October and November. So looking at the degree when Venus first crosses over 25 degrees kind of gives us a preview of the upcoming Venus retrograde period. It's a kind of ramping up to that event. So if you are with someone at that time, you may see some of the issues which will probably develop into bigger ones during the retrograde period. And if you're single, this may be when you start making some of those social connections, which turn out to be kind of important for the retrograde period. Now, for you as a Scorpio rising, it's important to note that Libra is your 12th house, and Venus is in Libra. So this suggests that, Venus plays some role as a person who doesn't necessarily have your best interest. So I would imagine that, like with this upcoming Venus retrograde, that it might be very exciting to some degree, but it may not necessarily turn out terribly well. They may not have your best interests at heart. So be careful, Scorpio risings out there with the Venus retrograde. Venus can kind of be your downfall, since Venus rules your 12th. So just got to be careful. So September 9th is... September 6th, pardon me. September 6th is when Saturn stations direct in your 3rd house. Saturn likes to say no, and Saturn likes to say, likes to create boundaries and barriers, and it's very constrictive. And Saturn's retrograde period is, the direct station is basically when Saturn says, like, no, I'm not going any further than that, and I'm going to continue going forward. So, this can come out a few different ways. Sometimes I've seen people with Saturn transiting through the 3rd. This is like a time when they are taking on a serious course of study, doing a lot of writing and assignments, busy work, like that sort of thing. So Saturn stationing direct in that context could be something like, finishing a really big, assignment, or it could be maybe doing really poorly on assignment and realizing that you have to get past some other barriers first before you can go for other ones. On the other hand, it can be related to difficulties with the siblings and brothers if you have siblings, or cousins, friends of the family, people who are close to you. It can be distance and separation from them. It can be that sort of thing. So those things can kind of crystallize at the Saturn direct station, and I've gone on far too long about that. So September 9th is the new moon at 17 degrees of Virgo, and the interesting thing about that is it's opposite Neptune fairly closely. So one big theme probably of that 2-week period following the lunation is appearances can be deceiving, because Neptune is like fantasies and illusions, deceptions, and that sort of thing, especially since it's happening across your 11th and 5th. The things you give and the things you receive, there may be a big disconnect. Even if it seems logical or factual on its face, there's probably some sort of undue nebulous, unclear or unrealistic element attached to it, since it's in configuration with Neptune. In the days after that lunation, Venus, Mars, and Uranus are in a T-square. Venus and Mars ingress into fixed signs. They square each other. This is going to generally be a time of forcefully charged social dynamics. So you may have a lot of people sort of switching sides, or unexpected separations happening, unexpected alliances happening. It's going to be weird to see in the news how this plays out, but for you, we know that this will have to do with Uranus in the 7th, so unexpected events and relationships, antagonism with parents, and then love crazed you with Venus and Jupiter in the 1st house. And I'm not saying it's all going to be bad, but with the Mars-Uranus square, it's going to be a bit explosive. Let's see, and then there's the full moon on September 24th at 2 Aries, and that's square Saturn, so that will kind of emphasize some of those Saturnian things we talked about with the station. The moon will be like receiving that. And that is about all I have to say. There's tons of things I could say, but I'll leave it at that for now. So thank you very much for watching this horoscope. I hope that if you enjoyed it, you will help me. You'll help support me on Patreon, like a lot of other people are. You can check out my prizes on there. There's some really cool ones. And you can like this video. You can leave a nice comment. You can share the video with your astrology friends. You can follow me on Facebook at Big Fat Astro. You can follow me on Twitter at pwatsonastro. You can check out my articles and services on my website, www.bigfatastro.com. And you can hit subscribe so you don't miss a video. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.